Hey viewers, how's it going? Had a long week? How about some good old-fashioned escapism? One man, one church, and let's start things off with one of those great, stirring, ancient Advent hymns, like, yeah, that one. Welcome to the remote village of Millstone, a hidden pocket of Wiltshire. Surrounded as it is by modern development, this village retains its rustic charm. Stepping inside the churchyard, belonging to a building minute in proportions, yet rich in history. If only I could capture the scent of these ancient buildings and send it to you with my CDs. Glorious. So familiar, but simultaneously so haunting and new. A church whose every corner can be glimpsed in a matter of seconds, yet no less magnificent for it. This village is most famous for being the birthplace of a certain Mr. Joseph Addison, playwright, scholar, poet, and founder in 1711 of the Spectator magazine. Addison famously said that the three essentials to happiness in this life are something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. I certainly feel his words echoing as I look around this church. The Church of Millstone is dedicated to St. Mary. The list of rectors dates from 1290, but the church is possibly older. Experts consider the present bell of the church to date from 1290 AD. In Millstone and Brigmaston, people live long. Roger de Forestbury was rector from 1316 to 61. John Jones, 1569 to 1613, and William Mundy with the longest record, rector for 54 years, 1703 to 1757, and he lies buried underneath the altar. More recently, Ji Hugh May was born in Mill House, where his father had lived all his life before him. He made a garden at the riverbanks and served Millstone Church for 57 years as organist. He died in 1952, aged 83. In the northwest corner of the churchyard, a memorial to William Polhill, rector, who died in 1800, declares, curiously, what sort of a man he was will be known on the day of judgment. While we're on the subject of graves, viewers, there's something I simply must show you. Come and see. Here by the chancel, some of the grandest of all the memorials in this churchyard, dedicated in memory of Leonard Mayton, who died the 18th of July 1765, aged 43 years. And on the right, in memory of William Newton Mayton, son of William Newton Mayton, who died the 4th of July 1800, aged 26. It's somehow incredibly poignant and moving to see your own ancestors buried in a remote churchyard. There seem to be two strains of the Mayton ancestry, one of which is from the French Huguenots, and the other is decidedly from Wiltshire. So I don't know whether I'm a Mayton or a Maton. Who knows? And returning to the church, I think I have the perfect setting to read the last section of my guidebook. It says, Millstone is most famous for Joseph Addison, essayist and poet, born here when his father was rector in 1672. Stand in the church porch and read his description of Millstone in the famous paraphrase of the 23rd Psalm. To fertile vales and dewy meads my weary wandering steps he leads, where peaceful rivers, soft and slow, amid the verdant landscape flow. On that note, let's go and explore the organ. First things first, switch on the power. At this point in the video, viewers, I tend to get rather overexcited, so forgive me. On a first inspection, this instrument is one of the most remarkable village church organs I've ever seen. There's an exposed swell box which contains many of the pipes, allowing for a crescendo or diminuendo. Normally that swell box is opened by the feet, but here it has to be operated by the right knee. Why? Because the feet are busy, pumping. Or at least they were. Mercifully, this organ has been electrified, so I don't have to worry about pumping it. But in effect, we have a strange hybrid between a reed organ, a pump organ, harmonium, whatever you want to call it, and a conventional church organ. Let me see if I can maneuver a camera in here. It's very, very pokey. Oh, crikey. Hello. So, what have we got here? This is an organ by Thomas S. Jones and Son of Marlborough Organ Works, Upper Holloway in London. Only 4 stops on this very charming organ. The lowest, a 16-foot sub-bass, normally a pedal pipe, but of course here played with the hands, the pipes of which are down here, on the right and the left of the player. Beautiful dusty pipes. Weighty. The lowest note. More of a hum than a note. But a fantastic effect. Secondly, our old friend, the Lieblich Gedakt, the 8-foot flute stop. And third, My favourite, the open diapason, an ancient woody tone, extremely reliable, can play all sorts of music. And finally, an octave coupler. What would an octave coupler do? It just plays the notes an octave higher. So you maximize the amount of sound from the same set of pipes. Say if I play middle C with the octave coupler, I also get the C above. Just a way of making a small organ sound bigger. The solemn gravitas of this church's architecture demands appropriate music. So, a piece by a giant of the Renaissance, England's own William Byrd, who died 400 years ago this year. And notice how, when I play, I can mimic the effect of multiple keyboards by changing the stops. This, viewers, has been one of the most enjoyable road trips I've ever embarked upon. Rarely is the beauty of the English pastoral scene matched by the quality of the organ? Certainly is here. So, to conclude this evening, a thought for the day, or maybe a motto for the new year. A return to Millston's own Joseph Addison. Our lives, discoloured with our present woes, may still grow white and shine with happier hours. So the pure limpid stream, when foul with stains of rushing torrents and descending rains, works itself clear, and as it runs, refines, till by degrees the floating mirror shines, reflects each flower that on the border grows, and a new heaven in its fair bosom shows. Hi again, viewers. It's getting chilly down here, but I've got one thing to say to you, which is that I am so flattered, grateful and overwhelmed by all the comments and support that I've received on this channel. It's been amazing. It's made my Advent and it will make my Christmas. Music is my only source of income. So if you enjoy these videos, go ahead and buy one of my downloads or scores from my Shopify shop in the description, so that I can continue to make these road trips for you. Thank you and have a great Christmas.